Some truck stops never make the news, but every experienced driver already knows which exits to avoid after dark. It is not paranoia, it is a pattern built from stolen cargo, broken windows, and stories passed between drivers over the CB radio for years. Certain types of locations show up again and again on informal do not stop lists that circulate quietly inside the trucking community, long before any official warning ever gets issued. So what actually makes a truck stop dangerous enough that veteran drivers reroute an entire trip just to avoid it? Like this video and subscribe now for more of these kinds of stories, because the patterns behind this are more predictable than most people realize. And here is a real question for the comments. Have you ever pulled into a stop, taken one look around, and decided to keep driving instead? Say your honest answer below. That is exactly what we are breaking down today. The first major warning sign has nothing to do with the truck stop itself. It is the exit ramp leading up to it. Isolated interstate exits surrounded by empty industrial lots or abandoned buildings with no visible foot traffic and poor lighting consistently rank among the riskiest overnight stops according to drivers who track this kind of thing informally. An exit that looks completely dead by early evening is not a sign of a peaceful night. It is often a sign that nobody is watching, which is exactly the condition that makes cargo theft easier to pull off unnoticed. If you have ever pulled into a stop and immediately felt like something was off before you even parked, drop a comment describing what tipped you off. I want to hear the actual details drivers pick up on. Cargo theft corridors represent the second major category. Drivers watch closely. Certain interstate stretches see a disproportionate share of trailer break-ins and full-load thefts, often clustered near major distribution hubs where high-value freight naturally passes through in large volume. Thieves in these corridors are not random opportunists. Many operate as organized groups who track shipment patterns, sometimes using inside information about what specific trailers are carrying, which turns an ordinary overnight stop into a targeted operation rather than a random break-in. Poor security infrastructure is the third pattern that shows up constantly in driver reports. Stops without functioning security cameras, without adequate lighting across the entire parking area, or without any regular staff presence patrolling the lot overnight, tend to attract exactly the kind of activity drivers want to avoid. Quick pause. If this kind of practical safety breakdown for real drivers interests you, hit subscribe now so you do not miss the next one, because the pattern involving parking layout is even more revealing. Parking layout itself matters more than most non-drivers would ever guess. Lots with narrow, poorly marked rows, blind corners created by parked trailers, or sections tucked out of view from the main building create natural hiding spots for anyone with bad intentions. Experienced drivers actively choose spots near well-lit main entrances, close to other trucks, rather than isolated back rows, specifically because visibility and proximity to other people acts as a natural deterrent against anyone testing door handles overnight. Regional economic conditions also play a quiet but significant role. Areas experiencing sharp local unemployment or economic decline sometimes see a corresponding rise in petty theft and break-ins around truck stops, simply because desperation increases opportunistic crime in general, regardless of the truck stop chain or ownership involved. This is not about any single brand or company being unsafe. It is about the surrounding economic and social conditions of a specific exit or region, which can shift over just a few years as local circumstances change. Time of arrival changes risk levels significantly as well. Stops that feel completely normal during daylight hours can transform once darkness falls and staff presence thins out, which is why many veteran drivers deliberately plan routes to arrive at rest stops before sunset whenever a schedule allows it. Late-night arrivals at unfamiliar stops force drivers to make safety assessments in low-visibility conditions, exactly when it is hardest to judge a lot properly, which is part of why planning ahead matters as much as the destination itself. Communication networks among drivers have become one of the most effective tools for avoiding dangerous stops in real time. Trucking apps, CB radio chatter, and driver forums allow real-time reporting of break-ins, suspicious activity, or theft attempts, often faster than any official crime statistic could ever track. This informal, crowdsourced safety network functions almost like a living map, updated constantly by the people who actually spend their nights in these lots, rather than relying purely on outdated public safety data that may not reflect current conditions at all. Load type itself changes risk level dramatically. Certain categories of freight, including electronics, pharmaceuticals, alcohol, and consumer goods with high resale value, consistently attract more attention from thieves than bulk agricultural goods or construction materials. Weather conditions add another layer of vulnerability that rarely gets discussed. Severe storms, heavy fog, or extreme heat waves often reduce the number of people willing to walk around a parking lot checking on their vehicles, which paradoxically creates more opportunity for anyone looking to target an unattended trailer. Quick pause. If this kind of detailed pattern recognition for real driver safety interests you, hit subscribe now so you do not miss the next one, because the section on personal safety habits covers something most new drivers are never actually taught. Personal safety habits developed by veteran drivers go far beyond simply locking the cab door. Many drivers develop a consistent routine before ever stepping out of the truck, scanning the entire lot first, noting where other trucks are parked, and identifying the most direct path back to a well-lit area before walking anywhere at all. Communication before stepping outside has also become standard practice for many drivers. A quick text or call to a dispatcher, a family member, or another driver noting the exact location and expected duration outside the cab creates a simple safety check, so someone else knows where to start looking if something goes wrong. Trust in instinct plays a bigger role in driver safety than most people realize. Experienced drivers consistently describe a specific feeling, a kind of gut-level unease, that develops after years on the road, and most veterans treat that feeling as a reliable signal worth acting on immediately, rather than second-guessing. Reporting suspicious activity has also become far more accessible than it used to be. Many trucking apps now include direct reporting features, allowing drivers to flag specific incidents tied to exact locations, which then feed into shared databases other drivers can check before planning a route. Working with truck stop staff directly can also make a meaningful difference, since staff often give honest, practical advice that never makes it into any official report. Group parking has become an increasingly common strategy among drivers navigating uncertain locations. Rather than parking in isolated sections of a lot, many drivers deliberately choose spots near other trucks, sometimes coordinating with drivers they know through radio contact or trucking apps, specifically to create a cluster of vehicles that feels less appealing to anyone considering a break-in. So why do these patterns continue to matter so much, even as technology and reporting systems continue to improve every single year? Because the underlying conditions rarely change quickly. Isolated exits stay isolated. Economically struggling regions take years to recover, and once a stop develops a reputation among drivers, that reputation tends to stick long after any actual improvements are made. It is not really about one bad stop being permanently unsafe forever. It is about recognizing the patterns that make any location risky, so a driver can make a smarter call before pulling in for the night, rather than after something already goes wrong. If you are an actual driver, what is the biggest red flag you personally look for before deciding to park somewhere for the night? Drop it in the comments. And if you have never driven a truck at all, does knowing these patterns change how you think about the risks drivers deal with on a completely normal shift? Subscribe if you want more of the real safety knowledge that keeps drivers protected out on the road.